Okay. It is time. I haven't watched SNL in many years, Zach. Okay, so I have been forgetting, in between every mission, to go and talk to our crewmates. Fairly certain. Let me go. Where's the elevator? See anybody down here I can talk to? Kaden. I did, Crispin.
Anything you need, Commander?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Is this an official evaluation, Commander? Or off the record?
Speak your mind.
Alenko, when it's just you and me, you can consider it off the record.
That's a generous attitude. Okay. I think there's something wrong with all this. This Saren is looking for a lost mass relay to who knows where, but we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
The Council doesn't want to believe anything's wrong.
Medlo! Thank you for the 800 bits!
I hear you.
Thank you so
It
much.
seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming. Sorry if I got too informal. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
Bot. Did you do this while you're recording? It's okay. No, it's totally cool, Medlo. You good? How you doing? I had a bit of a rough start. Today's just kind of been rough. Yesterday was kind of rough too. I've had a rough weekend. But trying to move forward.
This moment that he knew.
Reaver, thank you for the 100 bits. How's everybody doing? I started a stream, I couldn't get the program to stay open. Like, it kept crashing the computer every time I opened it up. Oh, you heard. Okay. Yeah. So frustrated. Because I want to, like... Oh, without onions. Gotcha. Nice, David, welcome. Glad to have you. I'm a community-based variety streamer, so I play, like, Mass Effect. This week is actually gonna be a very busy week because I'm gonna be streaming more days than I normally do. This is technically my Monday, so I normally go to, like, from Sunday to Wednesday, but I'm gonna be going, like, probably through the whole week because...
Now for a lesson. You may have
Reaver!
teach you what they really
Thank you so much.
go beyond.
Yes. I love that scene so much. Oh, this is a long one. This audio file keeps going and going. I didn't expect it to keep going. I love that scene so much.
Let's go!
Medlo, thank you for gifting a sub to David. You guys are too kind. Thank you so much. So this week is going to be really busy because we have Mass Effect today. Tomorrow's a community vote, so we're posting in the Discord and have everybody vote for what game is going to be tomorrow for stream. And then Tuesday's Horizon Zero Dawn. Wednesday's going to be Mass Effect again. Thursday is Final Fantasy X Intergrade. Or not 10 Intergrade. Oh my gosh. 7R. 10. Why did I say 10? Final Fantasy 10. Why did I say Final Fantasy 10? I don't know. And then maybe Friday too, if we don't beat that in one sitting. And then Saturday, Sunday, Monday is E3, which we might be co-streaming. So if we co-stream those are gonna be earlier on, but I'm exhausted. Anyway, we have to power through this game because I want to get through Mass Effect 1, that way we can get to Mass Effect 2, which I enjoy significantly more.
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids they hauled in, it was brain camp. Sorry, hauled in is unkind. We were encouraged to commit to an evaluation of our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled. There are worse results of accidental exposure to element 0 in the womb. Beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
Dang. Let's hope to making friends out of everyone. Yeah, David. My community is very welcoming and very kind, as you saw. Medlo just gifted you a sub. Everybody looks out for each other. We're very tight knit for being a large group, but we're always looking for more friends.
Let's go.
Reaver, thank you so much for gifting a sub. To Zades. Oh, you gave it to Zade's alt account. Thank you, Zade, for the lurk as well. I feel like I missed something because Chestnut. Let me go. Welcome to the cool club where we use emotes. Yes. Getting your backs tomorrow. Nice, David. So if you're a fan of My Hero Academia, I base my whole channel around My Hero Academia because it means a lot to me. I actually was watching a reaction video to one of the voice actors, like going over a scene, Uraraka's voice actor, and it was really sweet because you can tell she really, really likes her character. Because like all throughout it, she was getting emotional with it. It was so sweet. David versus David.
Is there some question about how you were exposed?
My mother was downwind of a transport crash. It was before there were human biotics, a little after the discovery of the Martian ruins. It only gets iffy around 63 when Kinetics was running out of first-gen subjects. Until then, they'd relied on accidentals. Bunch of guys in suits show up at your door after school, and next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero.
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right? What's it like?
Yeah, that's the official name. Biggest and farthest facility we had for decades. Right on the termination shock, the outer edge of the solar system. It's where they did all the Goose Chase
Crispy.
FTL research before we caught on to using mass effect fields. It was a sterile research platform when I was there.
There were other kids in the same boat, right? At least you weren't alone out there.
Okay, Medlo, sounds good.
That's true. We did have a little circle that'd get together every night before lights out. We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform then, and Kinetics kept Jump Zero off the extranet to prevent leaks.
Then you must have had plenty of time to get to know each other.
Yeah, we'd sit around and bull every night after dinner, play cards or network games. There was this girl named Rana who had a little circle grow up around her. She was from Turkey. Her family was very rich, but she was smart and charming as hell. Beautiful, but not stuck up about it. I think you'd have liked her.
Sounds like she was special to you.
Thank you, David.
She was.
For the lurk.
Maybe she felt the same, but things never felt together. Training, you know.
You know of any intentional exposures for certain?
Heal.
Reaver, thank you for 200 bits. Thank you, dude.
As
So
big as the
kind.
exposures were, it was hard to track down accidentals. It was different then. No one knew the potential, so there wasn't a lot of regulation. Anything Kinetics did was gold. I'm not saying they intentionally detonated drives over our outposts, but in retrospect, they were damn quick on the scene.
Crispin. No, so not ex-girlfriend, someone he did like in training. But just cars never lined up.
Jump Zero is a long way from home. What was it like?
The grand gateway to humanity looks
Nice,
a lot
David.
better in the vids. But that's my own baggage, Commander. No bearing on this.
Alenko, there's no regulation that says you can't be friends with your commander.
I appreciate that, Commander. I just don't want you to think that I'm a whiner. Besides, I've got my past squared away.
Nice. So we learned a little bit about Caden. I actually never did that in the first playthrough. So like a long time ago, many years ago.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission, but he has an impressive service record.
Hey, Frosty.
Over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
We've already done this.
I
This is
should
the
go.
same dialogue.
Goodbye,
Yeah, so we've already
Commander.
seen that. Liara.
If you are here to talk about Benezia's death, you need not bother. She brought it upon herself.
Don't pretend it doesn't bother you. She was your mother.
Yeah.
She was. But she was not. I prefer to remember Benezia as she used to be, before she was corrupted by Sovereign's power.
the best of your mother lives on in you. Her determination, her intelligence, her strength.
That is kind of you to say. I appreciate
Liara
your
likes me?
concern, but
Yes.
I am fine.
Definitely.
Benezia chose her path, just as I have chosen mine. I am with you until the end, Shepard.
Thank you, Riley, for the host. Let's see. Alien booty. Do we want to romance Liara in this? I guess our choices are pretty thin. I guess we could probably romance Tali. No, Ashley. No looking for you, Artemis. I'd like to talk about you. Oh, Commander. I don't think it lets you romance them all. I think whichever one you put the most romance points into is the one that you're gonna end up sharing a smooch with later on. Sesmo, sorry.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
Like what?
rumors.
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating ritual.
Oh my gosh, I was like, what the hell was that?
Monogendered, male and female, have no real meaning.
That doesn't
for
match
us.
the game at all.
We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
Oh, look at that. How is that
I
possible?
don't understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union. The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits on to our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
Ah.
I thought you always needed another species to serve as one of the parents.
Think about it, Shepard. If we were not able to mate with our own species, we would have died out long before we ever mastered spaceflight and left our homeworld.
That's true.
Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood. Though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face, it is a great insult among my people. It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
Maybe she wanted to meet you but couldn't. Something could have happened to her. Maybe she passed away.
You might be right. I hope you are. But I have no way to know for sure. Benezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
Benezia was swept up in events beyond her control and lost herself. She fell under the spell of indoctrination and became part of the very thing she wanted to stop. But I will remember and honor how she lived, not how she died. My mother was strong, kind, and beautiful, and now she is gone.
Are you going to be okay?
You are kind to ask, Shepard. I do miss her, and I grieve for what happened to her. but I will not let my grief interfere with what we are trying to accomplish.
What do you think, guys? Do we flirt with her? I'd like to talk about you. Or do we say goodbye? What do you think? So, Reaver, your expensive phone's coming in? Do we say sorry, Liara? No flirt? Okay. No flirt? Do I have a second to that vote, that motion? Goodbye.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Flirt? Too late, Reaver. Too late. I've already moved on. You got a stream delay, buddy. X. Are you watching on mobile or iPad? Tends to have a longer delay for some reason. Okay, let's go downstairs, see who we can talk to. Rex.
So, we've got Saren on the run.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good. He's
Zach.
rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought it was important.
I think I'd like to hear about it just the same.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been
Kiss me.
raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. A couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
I think can female ship flirt with him? Fem ship?
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every
Wow.
damn one.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in
Zach.
staying in our own system.
Put Ashley with Rex, someone would die. That's
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
What can you tell me about the Genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details.
I am here.
They made it.
I am here.
All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth.
Rex is probably closer to a turtle, I would say.
Every Krogan is infected. Every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
Oh, we've heard this
The
dialogue.
last time you
This is-
saw a Krogan
We've heard this one before.
scientist,
I was like, it sounded kind of familiar, but
You ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
I see.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Shepard. Garrus.
Commander, how are you?
Why did you want to be a CSEC officer in the first place?
Is he turtling up?
Question. There were several reasons, I guess.
My back pillow is stuck underneath the chair. Several
Like
reasons?
what?
Like what?
Probably the same as most officers. I wanted to fight injustice, wanted to help people. I guess my father had something to do with it too. He was CSEC, one of the best. I grew up hearing about his accomplishments or seeing his picture on the vids after a big arrest. He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
That's tough, but you'd think he'd be impressed you're going after Saren.
My father's a CSEC man to the bone. Do things right or don't do them at all, he says. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient. He's worried I'll become just like Saren. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger, for the same reasons.
You were asked to
Spectre,
be
huh?
a Spectre?
Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate, me and about 1,000 other Turian military recruits. I could have received special training, but my father didn't like it. He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability. He wouldn't like you, Commander. No offense.
I suppose I can understand his concern.
You can. But Saren's not going to play by our rules, CSEC's rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
Just because you can break the rules doesn't mean you should. I don't need to stoop to Saren's level to stop
Ew,
it.
that was kind of aggressive.
And neither do you, Garrus.
I see what you mean, but I'll think about it. Thanks, Commander.
Garrus, I want to be your friend. Let's see.
Looking for supplies?
Yes.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Let's see. I have a lot of credits. Let's see if I can upgrade anything. Oh, off the bat. Comparison. Nope. Let's see. Heavy armor. That is technically better. I don't like the way it looks, though. That is technically better. Shields, less damage protection. Equal biotic. Light armor. This is more shield, but not enough. Dang. Hydrate? Oh, I mean, there's no hydrate option, but I will drink some of my drink. So this has liquid IV in it, and this is like a new packet because Target didn't have the flavor I normally get, so it's kind of like part of me is, this is an improvement overall, but I don't like the camo. It's like acai berry. I want the N7 armor. I kind of like the armor that we do have, though. Liquid IV? Mm-hmm. What are you asking? Tali.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Like I need this? Oh, gosh.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me, especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth it feels like we're not even moving, and the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
It's not so bad.
You'll get used to it.
But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
So you drink anything? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was drinking a little bit at the start of stream. Yes, there is no hydrate option. Because I feel like everybody would drown me. I will do my best to flirt with Tali. If I had to choose anybody, I like Tali. She's sweet.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them.
Maybe they just wanted a different life.
Maybe they just wanted a different life.
But you're going back, right? I don't want her to go back. I love Tali. Not like love, but I like her here.
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually, but we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute.
I think this is all gonna be the same dialogue that we've seen before.
There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla.
Yeah, we have.
Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the... Like what?
Like goodbye. See, I had no options I could talk to her about. Engineer Adams.
I can do for you, Commander.
No, I already know all this.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Anyone you oh, so you played Mass Effect, Reaver? I didn't. I was gonna ask that next, just to make sure, because I don't remember who all has played. I love this game. What is he looking at? Watch where you're going, buddy. I love this game, but I want to get through Mass Effect 1. Doesn't kill her first. I'm gonna try not to get her killed. Okay. It's the main deck. No, it's not. Well, it's at the end here. Did I go all the way down here? Yeah, okay, there's nothing. These are the cryopods. Okay, let's go upstairs and let's get our way, get on our way to Vermeer. Oh, let's talk to Joker. Oh, we didn't talk to Ashley at all. Oops. Oops. Did I miss her? Or was that just my brain going, you don't need to talk to her? It was one of the major...
Boy, am I glad to be off of Novaria. I don't know which was worse, the cold or the corporations. One will freeze your balls off, the other will sell them out from under you. With all due respect, Commander.
We already know all this. I just wanted to.
I'd like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going.
Oh, oh god. Okay, nope, nope.
What are you talking?
Oh,
shh. We already know. Sorry.
I have to go.
Yes, Joker, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know we've talked about it all before. I'm sorry, I won't bring it up again. So, they took the... So, that's the thing is, if it's from the other ones you played, with this remastered trilogy, then they've taken the assets from those and combined them all to the higher resolution and just totally overhauled the game to be prettier. I know it maybe doesn't look it, but when you look at, like, comparison shots, it's like, whoa! It looks completely different, like, texture-wise. Because this might be Mass Effect 2's ship, like, internally. Because they could have just taken the resources for it. I know you're highlighted, Presley. Ugh, let's see, I'm curious. It's gonna bug me.
Yes, Commander?
How did you end up assigned to the North?
I signed up with the Alliance.
Okay, yep, that's something new.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir.
Thought you were gonna add something new to the conversation, but we've already heard what you had to say, so I'm moving on. Same character, same layout. Some of these characters overlap. Okay, zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Vermeer. Yes, they remastered all of them. All 3. They took the like Mass Effect 3 assets and Mass Effect 2 ones that are high resolution, ported them over to Mass Effect 1, and then just like overhauled like through AI, upscaling, and sometimes remaking all the textures completely. So, but animations didn't get changed. God, this is so loud. That's so loud. I'm so glad you guys don't have to hear that full volume. Okay, before I go in, I'm gonna go use the restroom because I've drank too much water. So I have been hydrating. So I'll be right back. Behave yourself, children. What did I say? Yep. Let's see. Okay, house party. Too quick, Yeah, I was too quick because my bathroom is like right, like around the corner. It's like not down the hall or anything. Okay. Vermeer, where we go? You guys ready for this? We're gonna make some important decisions. Okay, I think I want to bring Tali. Maybe Garrus? Or maybe Liara. To bring Liara and Tali? Tali and Kaidan? That's weird, it's like... Human Shield Ashley is available. Rex and Tali. So Tali is a definite, I see. I don't know, I've not used Rex at all. I can only bring 2. I don't know, I kind of want Garrus or Liara, one of the 2. I haven't leveled up Rex at all. I think Rex, minor spoilers, Rex is involved in this quest no matter what. So, I think everybody is. To some extent. So, I think he'll be there regardless. But I see mostly Rexes. So, do you guys want me to choose Rex? Final decision. I see Hades and Garrus. And Kaidan. I would have said Kaidan, but it's fine. Go with Rex. Okay. No undo. Hey, our strengths are balanced, actually.
Commander, I'm reading a signal. Must be our Solarian infiltration team.
Check out those defense towers.
Drop the Mako. We'll go in hot and take them up.
I'll get you in underneath their radar, Commander.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to level up Rex completely because he's not been leveled up at all.
Got a clean drop, Commander.
Good job, Joker.
Stay out of range and continue evasive maneuvers until I bring those AA towers down.
AA towers are coming down.
Meet you at the camp once those towers are offline. Joker out.
Okay. Squad, 55 points. Literally. Okay. We'll do... Fitness increases health, grants immunity. Briefly, but greatly increases your armor's protection, significantly reducing health damage in emergencies. Let me get maxed out as Krogan Battlemaster. Heavy armor, fitness, warp. Okay. I don't really need stasis. I don't ever really use some of those. Increases health. Almost done here. For wide range. Yeah, I feel like he'd be more of a shotgun user anyway, like lore-wise. I don't know if I have any good ones for him. Okay, so he's primarily built into defenses. Tali has 2 points. We'll go decryption, just to get her maxed out there a little bit. Okay. Oh shit, I gotta get his equipment too. Okay, so he's just rocking default stuff, so I'll get him under 6. Let's equip something on. Toxic, and then it'll do that, and then we'll do shotguns, and this, oh, it has 2 we can do here. Sweet. I think that's all I'd really used for him. Let's see. Oh, different armor. Wow, I have a bunch of stuff for him. 41, 41, 160, 140. Yeah, so we'll go with this one. Oh, look at his new outfit. He actually changed appearances. Smash damage, shield recovery, hardening. Okay. Tali, do you have anything that you can wear? Nope, you're just gonna be on your basic no defense armor. She's squishy. Hi, Zan. How you doing, buddy? Okay. You're alive? Well, I'm happy to hear it. What are things to kill? You recognize this planet? Uh-huh. You know what's coming. Oh, those are not bad things. Sorry, little things. This planet looks very different from, if you go look in the original version, it's very different looking. Very tropical. Kashyyyk, it kind of reminds me of, like, in Kingdom Hearts 3, Pirates of the Caribbean level. Whee! Anything? No, okay. Oh, excuse you. Rude. You never got to drive? Okay, yeah, so this is the first one. So you didn't play the first one. So you have no idea what's coming. How our choices impact everything. I think the Geth are only as nasty as those that are controlling them. I just smashed those like crab things on accident. I was trying to go around them and I kind of just landed on them. Oopsies. The water's pretty though. They did a good job upgrading that. Signal's jammed. Oh, excuse you. Got rid of all that barricade. Oh, I don't know, Crispin. Your guess is as good as mine. They're just wildlife that lives here, I guess. Like, oh no, there's people! I don't know what to do! That's the goal, Reaver. I hope to play through them all. I'm trying to get through this game to get to number 2, which is super, super good. Because I want everybody to like see what I love about the series so much. Run them over? Michael. Violence is not the answer. Somebody's shooting at me, I don't know where from. Oh, there. Whoop, right in my face, okay. Oof, love that. It's cooking easy, this just doesn't mean it's right. Oh wait, something tells me there's something here. Violence is always the answer. Is it though? Okay. Am I a fan of first-person shooters? Yeah. You made a comment about Battlefield 1, right? I'm not a fan of realistic type games though. I like more fantasy. Fantasy, like, make believe. I'm a big kid. Oh, there's stuff over here. Oh god. Oh, Tali, okay. I have not played Red Dead Redemption 2. That's one of those that I was curious about playing, but it's gonna be a long time before I get to anything like that. I like sci-fi and history. Fantasy games are my bread and butter. So like Overwatch, I love Overwatch. The answer is yes. What is happening? That sound. Eh. Oh shit, wow. That did a lot of damage. Hello, dude? There we go. Woo, okay. Can I do anything with you? No, okay. What in the Conjuring is that thing? It's a get something. Assassin? Stalker? Something crazy. It's like Terminator. I like your armor. It looks sleek. I want white armor like that. Okay. I think I got everything here. I don't really, I guess that was just for some loot. Can't jump. Dang, this on rails game. Why can't they jump? Oh, something big's up ahead. See it on the map? Bottom right? He's like, huh? Oh, I missed. Nice. Easier to run over? I can't run over it. There's so many geth here. Ugh. One thing I don't like about this game is that they start shooting at you the moment you come into, like, before you can even see them. Can I go this way or that way? You know, I've never seen the Terminator. Oh shit, I missed. I haven't seen a lot of movies though, so I would be more surprised if I had seen a movie. From the first one, more in depth, more requirements. I never played the first one. I always had PlayStation, so for me, like any Xbox game was like never touched it. Couldn't. Was over the dead body? I can remember the dead body. Yeah. Take care of your horse, but bottom they have to maintain your weapons to keep them accurate, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, so it's really immersive. I wanted to get it a long time ago, but it's just one of those things. I have so many games on my pile right now. I actually need to buy, I was gonna look into buying The Last of Us Part 2 because it was only $30. yeah, I could probably pick that up, but my backlog, I want to play the Nier games next. Ooh, there's 2 big bad boys. Oh, God. Yeah, it was on PlayStation 3. I think I just maybe didn't know about it, honestly, at the time. Like, I've never played any Rocksteady games. I've never played Grand Theft Auto, never played Red Dead Redemption, obviously. Yeah, I never knew it was on. I played this on the PS3. But this was like, there was a summer where I just spent the entire summer playing games. Level Up. So like I played the Mass Effect trilogy, I played Tomb Raider, I played like the reboot Tomb Raider, I played Uncharted. I think in Metal Gear Solid, like one of the Metal Gear Solid games, I played through a whole bunch of games that I never played before, and that got me into shooters because I never played shooters prior to that. What's over here? What's around the river bend? Nothing. There is nothing around the river bend. Disappointment.
There's the artillery, Shepard.
Oh. This is the get out of the vehicle part. See, my games were Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, floating in the distance. Yeah, so like, if my hair ever gets that long, please have an intervention with me. Hello? Where are you shooting? Okay. If you play the first one, you gotta go the extra bit also on. Oh god, oh shit. I was trying to dodge roll. Eh. Peek out. There we go. Next guy, peek on out. Come on. Wait, is that it? It's his gun. Don't you love it when the AI is just real dumb?
Think we got him, Commander.
X, triangle, X, circle, square, triangle. Oh, okay. Disable?
I'm reading that the grid is down, Commander. On approach to the Solarian base now. Out.
Ready to go, Shepard.
Sweet. Ready to go, Shepard. Who's everyone's favorite squad mate so far? And why is it Kaidan? Or Garrus, honestly. I don't know. Mass Effect 2 has, I think, a little bit more interesting squad mates. Tali. Tali's sweet. Oh, hey, the ship. I was like, the fuck? What's that sound? Something hiding Kaidan, because yeah. Oh, there you are. I was like, I thought I saw movement over here. He dead. Kaboom! Tali. Get out. Tali's just very sweet. Reminds you of Klee. You excited for her banner coming back? I almost had my trust ranking to the max rank for the housing system. I never pulled on her. I'm probably not going to because I kind of want Kazuha. Oh god, that's a rocket. Excuse me.
Dead and done. Just the way I like 'em.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends on who's on Klee's banner. Do you remember who's gonna be on our banner?
That's it. Nothing between us and the Solarian camp now.
So I didn't actually play. The only Legend of Zelda game I played is the 3DS version of Ocarina of Time. That's all I had access to. Growing up, I didn't have an N64 or anything. My friends did, but usually whenever we played Smash Bros. And so like I never got a chance to get into the series until I was older, and I got for Christmas I got a 3DS that was the Ocarina of Time version. Yes, I mouthed the buttons. Yes, I mouthed the buttons. Why does that come as a surprise? It's not that hard of a puzzle, but I still do it just to make sure I don't mess up. So Breath of the Wild is the next, I think, it's on the list of next games to play. How cool would it be if we like spent this summer just like playing story games? I actually got a little excited. Just going through a whole bunch of story games because I've been wanting to play story games for a long time. It's just my community at the time, for the longest time, was only interested in multiplayer games. So I felt like in order to spend time with them, I had to play multiplayer.
Can explain when you get here.
But it'd be cool if we, because like this week we have 3 different story games. It's gonna be busy. Keeping all the stories straight. I don't have too hard of a time keeping stories straight myself though.
So what are we supposed to do now?
Stay put until we can come up with a plan.
Are you in charge here? What's the situation?
I'm Captain Kirahi, 3rd Infiltration Regiment STG. You and your crew have just landed in the middle of a hot zone. Every AA gun within 10 miles has been alerted to your presence.
Yeah, but Battlefield is one of those games that I'm just gonna tell you I'm probably not gonna play. It's just not my cup of tea. It's never been appealing to me, even whenever I've watched people play it. I tend to, like, I'm sure the story's probably good, but I don't like to like reenact real world things because real world already terrible. Oh hey, Kaden and Ashley are here instead of Tali and Rex. Now what?
What are we supposed to do in the meantime?
We stay put until the Council sends the reinforcements we requested.
We are the reinforcements.
What? You're all they sent? I told the Council to send a fleet.
Sorry,
they couldn't understand your transmission. They sent me to investigate.
That is a repetition of our task. I lost half my men investigating this place.
So what have you found?
Saren's base of operations. He set up a research facility here, but it's crawling with Geth and very well fortified.
His suit looks pretty good. Watchdog series, disable online interaction, so okay, to give you a lineup of the games that I have in my backlog, Horizon Zero Dawn is one of them. I need to beat Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I need to beat this trilogy of Mass Effect games. I need to beat Breath of the Wild. I need to beat Nier Replicant, Nier Automata. I need to beat... I want to play It Takes Two. I want to beat... I feel like there's another one I'm forgetting. But I spent a lot of money recently on a bunch of games. Oh, I need to play Resident Evil 8 at some point. So it's a lot. But we can add it to the bottom of the list. I shouldn't technically be playing Mass Effect. I should be playing through Horizon Zero Dawn because that's one that was most requested from a friend.
Is he here? Have you seen him?
No, but his Geth are everywhere, and we've intercepted some comms referring to Saren. This is his facility, there's no doubt about that.
What's Saren researching?
He's using the facility to breed an army of Krogan.
How is that possible?
Apparently, Saren has discovered a cure for the genophage.
Things just get worse. I want to see...
What's so important about curing this genophage?
Ugh, we know this.
Solution to the Krogan problem.
We introduced the genophage to the Krogan population after the uprising, to quell their numbers. Without it, the Krogan will quickly overrun the galaxy. And these Krogan follow Saren.
Wait a second. Did my thing not update? It says De Vermeer, right? Okay, just want to make sure that my title in Streamlabs says I didn't change my title and stuff. I am on PS5, so I can't really run PC games. One, because I don't have much exposure to it, but two, my computer kind of freaks out. Like, literally today's stream was freaking out with just Streamlabs being the only thing open. I need help with my computer. It just doesn't like me.
The Geth are bad enough, but a Krogan army, he'd be almost unstoppable.
Exactly my thoughts. We must ensure that this facility and its secrets are destroyed.
Destroyed? I don't think so. Our people are dying. This cure can save them.
If that cure leaves this planet, the Krogan will become unstoppable. We can't make the same mistake again.
We are not a mistake.
Is he going to be a problem? We already have enough angry Krogan to deal with.
He'll be fine. I'll talk to him.
I'd appreciate that, Commander. My men and I need to rethink our plan of attack. Can you give us some time?
Go ahead, Captain. I'll come back soon.
We won't be long, Commander. In the meantime, if you need any supplies, you can talk to Commander Rentola. He's in one of the tents nearby.
Okay. Yeah.
Looks like things are a bit of a mess.
Yeah. I wouldn't be so worried if it wasn't for Rex. Looks like he's gonna blow a gasket.
Just drop it. He'll be fine.
If you say so. But I'm gonna keep my eye on him, if it's all the same to you.
Is this the No, this is not the Krogan homeworld. No. So this is, I think we see the Krogan homeworld in one of the next games, but not this one. Wow. That was loud. Garrus.
I'm concerned about Rex. Can we still trust him?
I'll go talk to him.
The upcoming battle frightens me, but I know something must be stopped.
What the heck? It's so loud. Skill too low. Rentola.
Greetings, human. I am Commander Rentola. I can provide you with supplies for the upcoming mission.
Okay, Reaver.
For anything else, I suggest you speak with Captain Kiriki.
Let me see what you have.
What little there is.
Okay, let's see. Let's buy this license. Grenade upgrade, Metagel upgrade, and now let's look. Krogan armor, I already have that on him. Sniper rifle, no, okay. Yeah, so mean to Ashley. I mean, so I tried Destiny 2 a couple years ago, and the community, like, said deuces, that, like, nobody tuned in whatsoever. Like, I think I had, like, 4 viewers, and then I switched over to Overwatch, and it went back up to, like, normal. Like, people just didn't like it. So I was like, okay, that's my answer. Where's Rex?
I've been on this mission far too long. My brood won't even recognize me.
His outfit looks interesting. We should probably talk to Rex.
This isn't right, Shepard. If there's a cure for the genophage, we can't destroy it.
I understand you're upset, but we both know Saren's the enemy here. He's the one you should be angry with.
Really? Saren created a cure for my people. You want to destroy it. Help me out here, Shepard. The lines between friend and foe are getting a little blurry from where I stand.
This isn't a cure, it's a weapon. And if Saren is allowed to use it, you won't be around to reap the benefits. None of us will.
That's a chance we should be willing to take. This is the fate of my entire people we're talking about. If you can't give me a better reason than this to destroy the hopes of my people, then I'm done with you.
Uh-oh. Get a cheap Bluetooth. I have an iPhone!
I can't let you jeopardize the mission.
So that's it. All this time, and that's all I get from you. How can you not see what this means to the Krogan? This base can't be destroyed. I won't.
Oh, thank God. I passed the Paragon check. I was kind of nervous. Because you can kill Rex here. And Rex just dies and he's not in any of the other games.
These Krogan are slaves of Saren. Puppets. Tools to be used and discarded. Is that what you want for your people?
Charismatic trophy.
No, we were tools for the Council once. To thank us for wiping they neutered us all. I doubt it's
Accumulate 75% of total possible Paragon. Yes.
generous. All right, Shepard. You've made your point. I don't like this, but I trust you enough to follow your lead.
Thank God we saved Rex.
When we find Saren, I want
That would
his
have been big.
head.
Losing Rex. You guys made me put him on my team.
Your ability to calm the Krogan is impressive.
I'm surprised you were able to reason with the Krogan.
Why can't I interact? Hug it out, boys. That would have been wild. I know, right? Put him on your team. Put him on your team. It'll be fun, they said. What could go wrong, they said. Store discount. Thank you. Triples my discount. Nice. And then... yeah, he'd be gone. Yeah, Crispin, literally, you could have shot him there and killed him. I watched the cutscenes before the stream because I was curious about how to like pass that check. So I was like, okay, are we gonna pass it or not? And I watched, like, he can die there and he'd be gone. So actually, they, at least with most of the games, like even Fortnite and stuff, you can connect a Bluetooth, like, PlayStation controller and use that for most things. Stuff. This is a lot of things. Wow, it's a lot of stuff. Anyway.
Thank you for speaking with the Krogan. The assault on Saren's base will be difficult enough as it is.
Got a plan?
I assume that means you've come up with a plan.
Of sorts. We can convert our ship's drive system into a 20-kiloton ordnance. Crude, but effective.
Nice. Drop that nuke from orbit, and Saren can kiss his Turian ass goodbye.
Unfortunately, the facility is too well fortified for that. We'll need to place the bomb at a precise location.
Where do we take the nuke? And how do we get there?
The bomb must be taken to the far side of the facility. Your ship can drop it off, but we'll need to infiltrate the base, disable the AA guns, and pacify any ground forces first.
You want us to go in on foot? We don't have enough men.
He's right.
That sound a bit risky. Is there no other way?
No, but I think we can work around that. I'm going to divide my men into 3 teams and hit the front of the facility. While we've got their attention, you can sneak your shadow team in the back.
It's a good idea, but your people are gonna get slaughtered.
We're tougher than we look, Commander. But it's true. I don't expect many of us will make it out alive. And that makes what I'm going to ask even more difficult. I need one of your men to accompany me, to help coordinate the teams.
That's a bold request. Google Stadia is a bit weird on iPhones. Like, you can download the app, but in order to play, you actually have to put bookmark to the website in your home screen and use that. Interesting. Yeah, I figured Apple can be a little weird about that stuff.
We'll need someone who knows Alliance communication protocols.
I volunteer, Commander.
Not so fast, LT. Commander Shepard will need you to arm the nuke. I'll go with the Solarians.
With all due respect, Gunnery Chief, it's not your place to decide.
Why is it that whenever someone says, with all due respect, they really mean kiss my ass?
Okay. Here is a big choice. Okay. Think. So... she spoke fact. She did. That's fair. So, question. This is going to protect him or to the nuke? Either way, they're both gonna depart from the team.
Okay.
Minnie the Lizard, thank you for the follow. Forget Ashley. I mean, I want to send Ashley to the correct team, because otherwise I don't want to fail. Okay. Think. What was the last dialogue? Because I was like sort of zoned out for a brief moment thinking about everything. Let them take Ashley. You're sending them to die on the front lines. So they might not die on the front lines. You're sending them with the Solarians? Thank you. So, depending on what we choose can impact the later games. The one you don't choose does the nuke. Okay. So if we want to save as many people as possible, the person we want to go forward how does this affect later games? I can't tell you, it's a spoiler. Exactly. Yeah. So every choice, I think he means with. Oh, that's what you meant? Oh, that's what you meant. Okay, never mind. Yes. So every game has impact. So if we would have killed Rex there, Rex would have been in any other future games. Zach, you didn't know that? I told you that from the start. Oh, you missed the beginning of it, I think. Yeah, every choice you make impacts all 3 games. That's why I'm like always like, oh god, I don't know what to do. So, I did a little research before stream, because I knew this mission was imperative. Like... I can't, for the sake of no spoilers, I can't tell you why I think we should go the other direction. Yes, I'm trying to make sure we get out with as few casualties as possible. Let her die. Oh my god, brutal. So brutal. But you're right. I want to save Kaidan, obviously. I prefer Kaidan to Ashley. Oh, I need to talk to somebody. I cannot want to spoil. Has to be the romance in 2. Whisper. Okay, let me see. Ooh, shit. I've played, so a little backstory, I've played through this once back on the PS3 version many years ago. I know what happens through all this. But okay, I'm a DM you. There you go. I DM'd. I whispered. Yeah, apparently, yeah, exactly. Secrets. So apparently she has her reasons, and I think that her arc, she gets past them, but that's like her character arc. But most people don't invest in her. While we wait. God, my computer is. Kitten has a personality of a wet blanket. He gets better. Jeopardy music plays. Yeah. Could you just imagine just somebody sitting there quietly because you're like waiting for a response? Spending the time to save. Okay. So we're gonna send Ashley to protect this guy, right? Let's do this.
Williams, you'll accompany the captain. No heroics, understood?
Aye, aye, Commander.
Okay. I will have the ordnance
Tonguecloud, thank you for the follow.
Normandy and brief your crew on its detonation sequencing. Do you have any questions before we go, Commander?
Of course I do.
The Normandy's picking me up. How will your teams escape the blast?
We will engage the Geth as long as possible. Once the bomb is in place, we will fall back to try and escape the blast radius. If we move quickly, we should be able to escape with acceptable casualties. If not, then our memories will live on as martyrs to a greater cause.
You talk like this is a suicide mission.
Suicide mission.
Commander, there is a chance none of us will survive this assault, even your team. But we do what is necessary.
Crispin, it's a little dirty for the screenshot. And plus my camera's in the way for this. There's other moments, trust me. Oh, there is other moments. I just remembered. It's been a while.
What will the other teams be called?
Igor, Manavai, and Jaeto. They were the initial settlements on our first 3 colony worlds. They are at the heart of Solarian territory to this day. These names will remind my men what they are fighting for. They must have a personal stake in the fight if we are to have any chance of success.
I want to know more about the bomb. How reliable is it going to be?
Its reliability depends on the person arming it, but it will do the job. The drive system is highly impervious to damage from external sources. Once it has been armed, very little can stop it. The key is getting it into place and armed before the Geth can stop us.
Anyway, thank you, Mini Lizard, for the
I'm ready
insight.
when you are, Captain.
Excellent. Then if you'll excuse me, I need to prepare my men.
Well, this is it. Don't do anything stupid while I'm gone, LT. You too, Commander.
We'll be fine.
But you guys can't even see her face.
Yeah, I just... Good luck.
What is it?
Is there something you want to say, Chief?
I don't know, it's just weird, going under someone else's command. I've got used to working with you. All of you.
Don't worry, we'll see you on the other side.
I know, It's been an honor serving with you, Commander.
It doesn't matter
That'll be
if we're
nice.
not in the same unit. We're still a team. Watch each other's backs, keep your eyes open, and fight like I know you can. We'll all come out of this in one piece.
You bet, Commander.
You all know the mission and what is at stake.
Hades.
I have come to trust each of you with my life, but I have also heard murmurs of discontent. I share your concerns. We are trained for espionage. We would be legends, but the records are sealed. Glorying in battle is not our way. Think of our heroes. A silent step, who defeated a nation with a single shot. Or the ever-alert who kept armies at bay with hidden facts. These giants do not seem to give us solace here, but they are not all that we are. Before the network, there was the fleet. Before diplomacy, there were soldiers. Our influence stopped the Rachni, but before that, we held the line. Our influence stopped the Krogan, but before that, we held the line. Our influence will stop Saren. In the battle today, we
hold the line.
Hold the line. Good luck, Commander. I hope we will meet again.
Good speech. Okay. Oh no, Ashley's not selectable. Okay, crew, what are we picking? Who's coming with us? We played with Rex and Tali initially. Who are we choosing? Liara and Garrus? See, Liara and Garrus, 1 vote. Rex, okay. And Tali, okay, so no overlaps there. I can't take everybody, can only pick 2. Think about the personalities that you want for something like this, because it's their conversations in the cutscenes that are gonna be supporting dialogue. Think about the personalities of each character and think about what might influence that. That's what I care about. Like their combat, like they're not gonna be useful in this game. The AI is just not that good. It's an old game. Number 2, Garrus and Tali. I like Garrus. Actually, I like all of them. It's just I don't know. I forget. I wish I would have known who I picked my first playthrough. Okay, so there's a few votes for Garrus. So Garrus is definitely in. Who's second? Garrus and Tali. And Rex. Okay, so we're tied between Rex and Tali. So no Liara, no Kaidan. Crispin. It's not that simple. So let's see if we did that. That's what our strengths would be. So we balanced if it was Garrus and Kaidan, but that's fine. So we're between Tali and Rex. So I see a bunch of Rexes. I see a bunch of Talis. You curious about Rex's dialogue? I will say, I will give you a slight teaser. There is some pretty big information that we're gonna get out of this mission because we're going into their base, so we're gonna find something out. So you gotta think what characters should be present for bombshells. Rex or Tali, Liara, Kaidan. Don't need to put a poll. So Tali. There might be a plot twist. Okay. We talked him down. Do you think he's gonna backstab us? Or Liara? See, it's too tough. I wish that you could bring everybody and then you could all interact with them all. But you can't. It's just not how it works. Poll time? Okay, let's do a poll. I'll do like a minute or 2 minute poll so you guys can comfortably vote. New poll. Who we taking with us? Kaidan, Liara, Rex, Tali. You have 2 minutes to vote starting now. Democracy. Turn on Mr. Stay loyal. You want to cure him? The genophage is an ongoing plot. Gosh, it's so funny knowing what I know, because I don't want to spoil things, because I know how everything plays out. Hey, Kelsey! We're voting on who we're taking on this big mission. It's a big mission. It's gonna be pretty big stakes here. We don't know it yet, but I'm letting you know. I think this whole sequence is probably more interesting than even the, like, finale. So vote who's gonna come with us. Got probably like 45 seconds left. Ooh, I see those votes. See, who I would vote for is somebody, I'm gonna tell you after. But I'm gonna go with whatever one wins. So we have 8 votes in. I got like 20 seconds left, maybe 15. We'll see. Any last second votes? Cast my vote too. My vote's not gonna change this way. Rex is the winner. Okay. I would have voted Liara. Liara and Tali. Those would have been my 2 votes. I think their insight would have been interesting. So let's see. We got the bro squad going on here.
Do you read me, Commander?
Affirmative.
Loud and clear.
Good. We'll start our push. We'll try to make it to the AA guns, but it might be up to you to finish the job. And Commander, if you see any way to undermine their defenses, we could definitely use the help.
Yeah, nobody voted for Liara, so I'm like, okay, doesn't totally fine. Let's see it. Can we check on him?
This is my kind of vacation. Lots of scenery.
Lots of killing.
Shadow is on the ground. Repeat, Shadow is on the ground. Williams with A. Gordy. Manovan, Beato team. Time to get some attention.
I don't remember who I picked the first time. I just know that, like, knowing what I do know about what's coming, they would have been the interest. I would be curious to see their perspectives. That's all.
Manova is under coordinated crossfire. Check for long-range turrets helping the Geth target.
Can I? Oh, nope, sorry. I don't know how to squat. There we go. I always forget because it's on the weirdest button. Like, why is it L3? Okay. Let's switch to sniper. Ah, come on. Dead zones, come on. Ugh. Come on. Peek out. There we go. Yeah, I can't wait for the next game. Isn't there supposed to be something nearby? Meaning, if you can guide me to the things that we were talking about before, I would greatly appreciate it. Oh gosh. No! No! Get away from me! Get away from me! Heal! Okay. Ugh, I can't do any damage from this distance. So frustrating. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not missing anything yet. Okay, good. Oh, you have like no delay. Holy crap.
Area secure.
Okay, gotcha. Geth communications disrupted. Sweet.
Patching you up.
Something scrambled. They're targeting. We got a shot. Chief Williams, take the heat off Malavai.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're trying to go for the good ending here. What's over here? Anything? Let's take care of these guys over here. Can't tell. Is just a loop around? Crispin, if there's choices, there are bad endings. There are many ways, There are several ways. I was like, oh god, I don't want. Your choices do make a difference. They really do. That's why I'm like, help!
They're calling SAT strikes. Jaeto, watch the comm stations. Williams, can you see anything?
Have I gone past anything, Lizard? Am I okay? Good, okay. You're my man in the chair. Or woman. Krogan warrior. Eh? That's weird. Oh, yeah. That's why whenever they announce that there's gonna be another Mass Effect game that's a sequel to all these games, I'm like, okay. Oh shit, he's right in my face. I was like, who's trying to kill me? Okay, scanning. Okay, so I see an exclamation point around here. Up? Okay. Let's see. Come on. Something pop out at me. You shoot it? Okay. I see. This might be where stream delay is coming in. Sorry, guys. Oh no, okay. I don't see anything that like looks. Satellite uplink. Oh, got it. Satellite uplink disrupted. Got it. Perfect. I just saw the comment about on the roof. 2 of 3. Okay. Actually, let's do this. Wow. Oh, Gary says a lot of things. Let's max that out. Let's do that. Comms tower? No, refueling platform, research facility. Refueling. Okay, took a right, okay. That's over there, copy. Yeah, copy. Oh, excuse you. Rude.
Now I'm ready.
Why is L3 not sprint? Who thought X would be a good idea?
Aircraft heading to perimeter stations to recharge. Bunker up before they come back.
Aww. Thank you, Rebecca, for continuing your sub from Zan. interesting. That's how they phrase it. How you doing, Rebecca? Yes, please just stand still and let me kill you. Okay, let's see. Map. To the right, okay. Yep, okay. Whoa! Oh, man! Oh my gosh, I didn't expect to get burned down there that quickly. You got Final Fantasy 14, nice! Did you buy the game or are you doing the trial? Wait a second. Am I gonna have to go back and do that other thing or did it save that other thing? I'm good? Okay, okay. Saved, okay. I was like, oh damn.
Aircraft heading to perimeter stations to recharge. Bunker up before they come back.
Okay, spin. Let's see. You bought the starter edition. Gotcha. I would have recommended holding off, but if you're excited about it and you really want to play it, then it's probably not a bad idea. It's just because like when you have the trial, you can play for everything that's in the starter edition, minus like you can't start parties, you can join them. You can't join a free company. You have to just kind of stay solo. Oh shit, let's go uncover here. Okay, let's do that, and then we'll do... Oh, okay. Hold the line! I'm gonna try and hold the line! Hold the door! Okay, let's use Unity. Garrus, the fuck, man. He just literally stood there and took it. Yes, rocket drones are so annoying in this game. Yes, flyers destroyed. Could I have hit that and it blown him up? I find the option for the trial, so I just bought it, but okay. So if it's already linked to your account, oops, yeah, that hurts me. That would have killed them. Oh well. Okay, so can we do? So we should be good. We should have gotten like all the side things. So Rebecca, make sure whenever you do boot up Final Fantasy 14, you start your character, make sure to get into Aether, Midgard Stormer. That way you can actually be in our free company. Otherwise we won't be able to play together. There's some loot? I'm okay. Oh shit, ah, wait. The foot? Oh, it's shooting at me. Okay. One. Can I do pull? I guess I could try and throw. Ah, damn it. Come on, Krogan. Such a coward. Oh, I forgot I have grenades. Woof. Somebody over there is. Ooh, this game is weird sometimes with how it does things. Hello? Ah. Ow. Rude. Okay. So I should be going... A green door sounds promising. Storage locker.
Shadow team must be getting close. Hold the line, men. Hold the line.
Hold the line. Okay, research facility. Does it matter where store I go in? Oh wow, he has a ton of points. I didn't just realized. Oh, because it didn't save all the ones I gave before. Should save. Okay. Aye, aye, Captain. Fake this.
We've got access to base security. We should be able to cut the alarms from here. Might even be able to trigger alarms on the far side of the base. It'll clear out the guards for us, but they might be too much for the Solarian teams to handle.
Get enough trouble.
Just disable the alarms. We can handle any guards inside.
Paragon +8. See, I knew that was the right decision. We can take off the enemies, right? Rocket immediately? Ugh. That's not realistic. I mean, it's a robot. Never mind. I guess it might be. Indoctrinated. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Why did you just run at me? Let's try to... Yeah, you had to scroll to get the... Yeah, I wish I could have told you. It's okay. I mean, the game... I hope you like the game. Yeah, and there's a sale going on. If you like the full game, it's... Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oof. Shit, come on. Can I please? Oh, my gosh. Why am I stuck on the environment? Thank you for letting me heal. But, oh, my gosh. I love this game for the story, not for the combat. Yeah, I could have sent everybody away. And don't forget, Rebecca, it is a paid membership, so you will have to pay $13 per month. You have, because you bought the Start Edition, I think you get 30 days free, and then once you get to a certain level, you get another like 15 to 30 days free. So make sure to definitely play it a good amount to get your opinion on it, and then you'll be able to know if you want to keep paying. I know, he tried to charge me. Sort of. So if you get on the ship, Saren's ship, you get indoctrinated by like the influence of the ship. So.
Hello? Is someone out there?
Hi. I want to go down there and help these people. Oops, sorry, guy. Ooh, like that quick draw.
We don't want them to bunker up. Draw them out.
Nice when it's all the same button. Okay. Wait. Okay. Does this take us down to the main level to save these guys? Oh no, it's going up! Oh no! Go down! Oh, interesting. I want to save those people that were in the cages. Am I able to? Okay. This also doesn't seem to be going the right way. Okay, so there's more people, okay. Investigate, so, okay.
What do you want? I told you everything. Who are you? Alliance, right? I knew someone would come. It tried to break me, but it couldn't. I shut it out.
Slow down. I need to know where you came from.
Private Mano Savat of the 3rd Infiltration Regiment STG, sir. Captured well on reconnaissance 6 days ago. Glad to answer, sir. Never any questions from these bastards. Just whispers and poking and cutting. I'd have said anything to get out and get some payback. That's not too much to ask, is it? A little payback?
What did they do to you, soldier?
Experiments, but I don't know what for. The effect of incessant whispering on my shortening temper? Who knows? I just need out.
Something's not right here, Shepard.
If we don't let him out, he's as good as dead. We have to do something.
Yes, leaving me here would be bad. Very bad. It's too small and the noise just won't go away. Whispering is loud, you know? I need to get out. Let me out.
Okay, we can shoot him if worst case scenario.
He could help us.
Look at his face distortion.
Yes, sir. You'll find I am very good at following orders. I should be. I hear them over and over. Why are they repeated when they are so simple? Damn simple!
Well, oh gosh. They're all indoctrinated. Dang it. Dang it. But we tried to save them. We alerted somebody else. Okay. So this... Genophage Labs. Should be people over here. Let's see. This doesn't look like the way forward, but this might be. Nope. Okay. Nice loot. Okay, I'm not gonna go that way. Go back through here. Yeah, this is not the most direct of places. Nope, not this way. You don't think?
Okay.
Julia Child, thank you for the follow. Like Julia Child? Oh, okay. You're agreeing that's the most direct places. I gotcha. It's okay. I've appreciated your help, so like I'm just like okay, and because I just assume that your delay is like non-existent, like oh that's what you meant. Almost my max capacity. Okay, so here's a door. Aha. Time to see if these guys are indoctrinated too.
Well, you're not a Geth, and you're not wearing a lab coat. I guess I'm glad to see you. Lieutenant Gonto Imnes of the 3rd Infiltration Regiment, captured during recon. I assume the fleet was called in to destroy the base?
The transmission wasn't clear. The fleet's not coming.
I see. Then you must be the infiltration team. I know the captain. He will want this facility destroyed. My team was altered, indoctrinated. He knew about the breeding grounds. But the indoctrination is a greater threat, and far more horrifying. I watched good people reduced to mindless husks. There wasn't anything left. Others died during the experiments. I envy them.
Do you know anything about the experiments they were conducting?
They were studying indoctrination. Symptoms, progress. Saren uses it to control his people, but I don't think he fully understands it. I don't know much else. I just saw what it did to the others. Turned them into empty husks. I can't end up like that. Please, let me out.
If I can't trust you, then
I'm opening.
I'll end up shooting you.
But then you're on your own.
Don't look back and hope to outrun the blast, A better chance than I had before you showed up. Thank you, human. And good luck. You'll need it.
Paragon +2.
There's nothing left of them.
No, this is no way to treat a prisoner. Kill them, sure, but leave them like this.
So Paragon is let them out so you can kill them, and then open the door to kill them as Renegade, but then neutral is safer to keep them here. Either way, if we blow up this place, they're gonna die. What do you think? What do you guys think? Do we give them a swift death, or do we let them get blown up? See what happens.
The doors. Give them a chance to outrun the blast.
Are you sure? We should at least end this state that you're in.
They're no threat, really. Because what if they end up, like, running past us, and then they get out, and then they get undoctrinated? Well, Crispin, they're gonna die anyway, so does it really matter? I think they're no, they're no threat because they're gonna be, like, what? Just running at us like, Wah! Like, just... Yeah, they're gonna die here anyways, so I'm inclined to do this. I wanna see what happens.
They won't hurt us.
Yes, Commander.
Okay. Nothing.
It calls, and I must follow.
Wow. Okay. Can't let him out. Okay. Well then. Interesting. Yeah, exactly. Not how I expected that to go at all. Okay. Let's go upstairs. Oh shit. What hit me?
What is going on here? Where are the guards? Where is Saren? No, stay back.
Why can't I shoot?
This is the glorious salvation of my species. You will not destroy the world.
I can't shoot still. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna die here. I'm gonna die because I couldn't shoot my gun. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't heal. Ugh, it's... Oh, can you switch guns and it'd be okay?
Hold the line.
Oh no. Fuck. Looks like we're doing this all over again. Hi, Ray. God damn it.
It'll clear out the guards for us, but they might be too much for the Solarian teams to handle.
Just disable the alarm.
No. Hello? Okay, square. It's like deja vu. Fuck, there weren't any other checkpoints? Come on, Mass Effect 1. Not doing me any favors here. Excuse me, Rex. Fun! Thank you for resubscribing. Slightly bigger knife, screwdriver, or pipe. Slightly bigger knife. How you doing, Vaughn? Thank you for the resub. Juggernaut? Oof. Whew. Okay. are both boring. I mean, I was just thinking like a big knife is like Cloud, a big old sword. See, that's a good question. I figured it was Dead by Daylight though.
Is someone out there?
Okay, now we know how to get down there, so we're gonna do that quicker this time.
Give a little ground, Williams. We don't want them to bunker up. Draw them out.
Well, you're not a Gath. Lieutenant Gonto Imnes of the 3rd Infantry.
Transmission wasn't...
I see. I watched good people reduced to
I can trust you.
Don't look. Thank you, human. And good luck. You'll need it.
There's nothing left.
Oh, this is no way to...
Open the door.
Sure.
Let them out.
Yes.
Paragon +2. Yes, sweet. Got that. We are the hero again, even though it was brief and we skipped everything they said. Okay. Now all the way over here. We're gonna save before we go in the elevator. Maybe Crazy? Crazy, I'm surprised you haven't played these games, because these games were originally on Xbox.
What do you want? I told you everything. Who are you? Alliance, right?
Slow down.
That's not too much to ask, is it? A little experiment.
Something's not right here, Shep.
Yeah, I need to get out.
Set him free.
Damn simple!
And they gone. Okay. The alien lady, yes. Crazy, I think you'd like these games, actually. Mass Effect's really good. If you can get over the jank of the controls, like, the story is really, really good. Yeah, there's so many controversies over this game, like, it's hard to say for sure which one you're talking about. Because when this game came out, forever ago, there was controversy on, like, I think Fox News. I was reading about it this morning. I didn't know about it, but there were issues. Was there doors through here that I missed? I mean, you can probably get the original copies. Oh yeah, there was over here. But yeah, I highly recommend this game. I know, Crispin, I got it. Yeah, I think he does, actually. I would say play the original, but like the upgraded versions of this is really nice. Oh yeah, Crazy. I said it was fine, but I'm still stubborn, so they could have got the trial. Oh, Rebecca, it's... Where'd you get it on? Did you get it on PlayStation, I'm assuming? I'm afraid that's the door to continue, so... Is it the door to continue? No, it's locked, okay. So I can't do anything anyway. Gotcha, Rebecca. Do you have a gaming PC? You could technically try the trial on PC before you even boot up the game. Okay, we're going to save right here. Oh, let's see who's got the level up. You can probably get the PC trial and try it out before you open up the PS4 version. It'll probably be okay. Okay. We've saved. Now I know how to switch guns.
What is going on here?
Do Final Fantasy 14, XIV in my chat, and you'll get the link for the PC version too. Okay, let's see, let's explore. Medical station. Thank you, Crispin. That link should take you to the free trial. Ooh, upgrade. I know, I'm running out of space. I'll sell things at a later point. I don't care right now. I'm not gonna get 50 items worth of loot. I do remember this, actually. I remember this area. Oh, thank you for telling me who's behind the door.
Don't shoot! Please, I just want to get out of here before it's too late.
I'm not going to hurt you. Who are you?
Branna Thanoptis, neurospecialist. But this job isn't worth dying over, or worse. You think the indoctrination only affects prisoners? Sooner or later, Saren will want to dissect my brain too.
Give me one reason I should help you.
I can help you. This elevator behind me goes to Saren's private lab. I can get you in.
Okay.
See? Full access. All of Saren's private files. Are we good? Can I go?
What were you studying here?
It's that ship, Sovereign. It emits some kind of signal. Undetectable, but it's there. I've seen the effects. Saren uses it to influence his followers, to control them. It's called indoctrination. Direct exposure to the signal turns you into a mindless slave, like the Solarian test subjects. But there's collateral damage, too.
What do you mean by collateral damage?
Sovereign's signal is too strong. Spend too much time near the ship and you feel it, like a tingle at the back of the skull. It's like a whisper you can't quite hear. You're compelled to do things, but you don't know why. You just obey. Eventually, you just stop thinking for yourself. It happens to everyone at the facility. My first test subject was the man I replaced. Now I just want to get out of here before it happens to me.
Why is Saren researching this? Isn't he the one controlling it?
The signal comes from the ship. It makes us obey Saren, but I don't think he controls it. Not exactly. I think he's scared it might be affecting him. Indoctrination is subtle. By the time the effects become noticeable, it's usually too late.
Tell me more about this signal.
Signal's not exactly the right word. There's some kind of energy field emanating from the ship. It changes thought patterns. Over time, days, maybe a week, it weakens your will. You become easier to manipulate and control, but it's a degenerative condition. There's a balance between control and usefulness. The less freedom a subject maintains, the less capable it becomes.
I'm gonna blow this place to hell and gone. If you want to make it out alive, you better start running.
What? You can't. But I'll never.
Go. Get running.
You enjoyed that, Commander.
Pee in her pants. I know, I almost have a full inventory. It's fine. You don't need to warn me. The game's much prettier now. Just noticing all the details I don't remember. Elevator time. Oh, I can't save. Dang it. It's like, can I save it? No, I can't save again. What?
Commander, look
okay.
Over there. It's another beacon, like the one on Eden Prime.
I remember this part. Okay. It got quiet. Very quiet. Too quiet. Information uploaded. Another beacon absorbed. I'm just gonna walk away like nothing even happened? Oh, okay.
I get the feeling something bad is about to happen. You are not Saren.
Oh.
What is that? Some kind of VI interface?
Rudimentary creatures of blood and flesh. You touch my mind, fumbling in ignorance, incapable of understanding.
That voice filter is...
I don't think this is a VI.
There is a realm of existence so far beyond your own, you cannot even imagine it. I am beyond your comprehension. I am sovereign.
Yes, I now know Kung Fu. Sorry, Udon, I didn't want to ignore your message, but that voice filter sounds so good. Like, holy shit, that's crazy. This Sovereign. Thank you, Ray, for the lurk.
Sovereign isn't just some Reaper ship Saren found. It's an actual Reaper.
Reaper, a label created by the Protheans to give voice to their destruction. In the end, what they chose to call us is irrelevant. We simply are.
The Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago. You couldn't have been there. It's impossible.
Organic life is nothing but a genetic mutation. An accident. Your lives are measured in years and decades. You wither and die. We are eternal, the pinnacle of evolution and existence. Before us, you are nothing. Your extinction is inevitable. We are the end of everything.
There is an entire galaxy of races united and ready to face you.
Confidence born of ignorance. The cycle cannot be broken.
Cycle? What cycle?
The pattern has repeated itself more times than you can fathom. Organic civilizations rise, evolve, advance, and at the apex of their glory, they are extinguished. The Protheans were not the first. They did not create the Citadel. They did not forge the mass relays. They merely found them. The legacy of my kind.
Why would you construct the mass relays, then leave them for someone else to find?
Your civilization is based on the technology of the mass relays. Our technology. By using it, your society develops along the paths we desire. We impose order on the chaos of organic evolution. You exist because we allow it, and you will end because we demand it.
They're harvesting us. They're here to wipe us out.
What do you want from us? Slaves? Resources?
My kind transcends your very understanding. We are each a nation, independent, free of all weakness. You cannot even grasp the nature of our existence.
Where did you come from? Who built you?
We have no beginning. We have no end. We are infinite. Millions of years after your civilization has been eradicated and forgotten, we will endure.
Where are the rest of the Reapers? Are you the last of your kind?
We are Legion. The time of our return is coming. Our numbers will darken the sky of every world. You cannot escape your doom.
You're not even alive. Not really. You're just a machine. And machines can be broken.
Your words are as empty as your future. I am the vanguard of your destruction.
This exchange is over.
Commander, we got trouble.
Hit me, Joker.
That ship Sovereign, it's moving. I don't know what you did down there, but that thing just pulled a turn that would shear any of our ships in half. It's coming your way and it's coming hard. You need to wrap things up in there fast.
This console's been disabled. Orders, Commander.
I remember the first time I saw this scene back like 10 years ago, almost. I was like, what? I love the way that they like handled this lore. Oh, I didn't know Leonard Nimoy did Galvatron.
Let's head to the breeding facility. Joker can pick us up after we set the nuke.
They definitely use the people that they cultivate. Hi, Garrus. Don't mind me, look at the back of the... Got your back. Both of you. Oh, ow, ow. Okay. Okay, whew. Send no problems, let her new way.
The gas returning from your position, Jayato. Looks like Shadow picked a sensitive spot. Williams, head them off. Hold them.
Oh. Oh, my pistol can't run. I want to sprint. It is so... Why did they do that? So many Krogans. Did he just take a nap to try and heal? Okay. Sean Connery, everybody turned it down, couldn't have... Huh. I've never heard Galvatron, I don't think. Okay, Zaid, have a good night. Where are you going? Talk about the movies or the animated show? Okay, let's see. Is that for loot? I guess I can't turn it down if I see it. X, triangle, square. Chat at a movie release. You're old. There's a lot of old people in my group. I'm an old person. Depends on, I guess, what you consider old. Electronic skill too low. Ugh. I probably look young, but I'm not that young.
That turret was nasty.
Ooh, wait, what? Eh. I vaguely remember this stuff now. It's so weird. Like, a lot of the game I don't remember, and then I remember this stuff. Oh god. Swan him away, swan him away. Go away, Krogan. Punch him and he knocks out. Can we not walk in front of me, Rex, please? Ah, I can't see through you. You're like a friggin' wall, dude. Shit, I always press square to reload. Blow up. Oh. Come here. Collecting things. Oh god! Okay. He's protecting me. Aw, that's sweet. I didn't think Rex cared that much. I didn't do his loyalty mission after all. That's what tanks do. Aw. Tell that to my tanks in Overwatch. Okay. Well, now someone else is mad at us. Hello? Nice. Did he just phase through the... Ah. Gotta love it. Oh, and they're here too? That was a quick shield.
Good work on the gun, Shadow Team. Now it's our turn.
Ooh, average description. Okay. How old is the movie? The Transformers movie you're talking about? Like OG Transformers? Like OG, wow, 1986 OG, dang. The animation is probably so rough on that thing. That's the first thing that comes to mind is like, oof, the 80s animation.
That's it. We need to clear the gate and set those charges.
These are probably my least favorite. The Stalkers, they move too much. Aw. Okay.
Charges set. Everyone bunker down. Bunker down.
Open. I miss hand-drawn animation.
All right. Nice work. That's one less thing to worry about. Commander, bringing us in. I'll get as close to the site as I can.
Okay. Pretty good animation? Okay. I've seen some questionable clips of Transformers circulating the internet. There you are. Okay. That's a good question, Zach.
Bomb is in position. We're all set here.
Commander, can you read me?
The nuke is almost ready. Get to the rendezvous point, Williams.
Negative, Commander. The Geth have us pinned down on the AA tower. We've taken heavy casualties. We'll never make the rendezvous point in time.
Normally pick them up.
Get them out of there, Joker. Now.
Negative. It's too hot. Can't risk it. We'll hold them off as long as we...
It's okay, Commander. I need a couple of minutes to finish arming the bomb. Go get them and meet me back here.
These are all the same option, right? Right? Okay.
Up to the AA tower. Move.
I was like, I don't want to leave Kaden behind. Okay, so who do we want to take now? Do we go back to Garrus? I guess Rex held his own. It kind of... I mean, he walked in front of me a lot, but I guess that's a tank job. And then we could go... I guess we need a hacker. True. Garrus has long-range skills and Rex is a biotic tank. Liara and Rex? Okay. Ugh, it's so tricky. I don't think I'll need any of that where I'm going next, right? I won't need any of my skills. So technically I could get away with and crush things. True. Rex and Tali. I kind of lean towards Tali here, I think, actually. I know, you all do, and I'm like... Tali's fine. She's kind of squishy though. But I'll probably be healing her most of the time. I know, the glory of Mass Effect. Like, you can never decide, and there's so many options. It's just overwhelming for somebody with anxiety. Like, oh god, what do I do? Worth it, but still makes you anxious. Okay. Tali, bring you along, girly. Bye-bye, Normandy. Where do I go? Jammed. Signals jammed. Crispin, we're already past that. We're long past it. Big door? Okay, so the big door, okay. Wasn't quite sure, since there's multiple big doors. Did this one have a green light on it? It does, it's just hidden. Oh, shit, oh. So many Krogans. Ouchie, ouch. That hurt. Oh, they got back up because they have the revival thing. I didn't finish them off fully. Please. Stop killing my friends. Wake up, everybody. How long? Shit. How long does Unity take on cooldown? Guess I'm the support now. No elevator music? Okay, this way. Let's take everything. I know. I gotta get rid of my stuff. Oh.
Yes, they're sending in reinforcements.
Heads up, LT. We just spotted a troop ship headed to your location.
It's already here. There's Geth pouring out all over the bomb site.
Can you hold them off?
There's too many. I don't think we can survive until you get here. I'm activating the bomb.
Alenko, what are you doing?
I'm just making sure this bomb goes off, no matter what. It's done, Commander. Go get Williams and get the hell out of here.
Screw that! We can handle ourselves. Go back and get Alenko.
Gee, chat, what do you think we're gonna do? Huh. Rescue Ashley, duh.
Alenko, radio Joker and tell him to meet us at the bomb site.
Yes, Commander.
You know it's the right choice, LT.
Do it for Pride Month.
I'm sorry, Ash. I had to make a choice.
I understand, Commander. I don't regret a thing.
Gosh, guys, no sentimentality for Ashley. Poor Ashley. She'll be fine. I just want to see you guys' reactions, honestly. Oh, did he just die? Look at the way he just died. He's like, oh! But Ash, oh my gosh. Oh, hi in my face. Okay, let's say you over there. He can't walk past his own shield, huh? Oh no. Okay, let's use an ability here. Shit. Fuck. Crispin. Ah, so he didn't know Ashley's backstory. That's why he doesn't like her. Wait a second. All the way back here? I should have saved closer to this. God, the save points for this are just not good. It's not, You do too much. This is older games, I guess. Like, I just made like, hello, Tali. Like, walked right in front of my bullet. Guess this is our opportunity to save Ashley. He's not healing, is he? Yes, he is. Ay, ay, ay. Ah, he got back up again. Damn it. Shit. Whoa. Whoa. Sorry. I don't know why his reticle was red for you. These things are so annoying. And chat, I can't read any of your messages, I'm sorry. Ugh, yay. Healing naps thing? Yeah, I didn't invest in Ashley at all. So you guys I probably didn't give her a fair shake like I should have. But I kind of forgot between each mission because we ended each stream like after each world, so I would forget in between. So that's kind of my fault. Okay, we're gonna save after.
Damn. Guess they're sending in reinforcements.
Heads up, LT. It's already here. There's a gap for it. There's too many. I'm active. I'm just making.
I already know what decision we're gonna make.
We can handle ourselves. Go.
Alenko, Radio
Yes,
Joker and
Commander.
You know it's the right choice, LT.
I'm sorry, Ash.
I didn't tell you to hate her. No.
I don't regret a thing.
I actually didn't this time. I was like, I'm just letting you know, I don't like her. Not a big fan of her. I don't like her personality. That doesn't mean I want her dead. I save. There we go. You can't save on an elevator. We're gonna go a new save file. Crispin, that's a lie. How many times have you played through the game, Lizard? A Reaper? The Sovereign? No. I am not a harbinger of evil. Okay. You, there. You, there. Something's in the way. No, it's not. Destination is not blocked, girly. Whoop. Zed. I am not. I would not kill her. I don't know. Oh god, wow. Tali, in your face. Hello? Whoop. Okay, I am going to die. Okay, you over there. Let's not all be balled up, please. Okay, let's use an ability on you. Oh, God. First aid specialist. Hey, I got a trophy, though. Okay. Oh, what? That was so janky! Ay, ay, ay. Woof. I just want to pull them out from there. I forget about grenades every single time.
Set that nuke and get out. We can't hold them. Damn it. Suppressing fire. Cover your flank. Cover your...
Saren.
I applaud you, Shepard. My Geth were utterly convinced the Solarians were the real threat. An impressive diversion. Of course, it was all for nothing. I can't let you disrupt what I've accomplished here. You can't possibly understand what's really at stake.
Why are you doing this?
You've seen the vision from the beacons, Shepard. You of all people should understand what the Reapers are capable of. They cannot be stopped. Do not mire yourself in pointless revolt. Do not sacrifice everything for the sake of petty freedoms. The Protheans tried to fight, and they were utterly destroyed. Trillions dead. But what if they had bowed before the invaders? Would the Protheans still exist? Is submission not preferable to extinction?
Do you really believe the Reapers will let us live?
Now you see why I never came forward with this to the Council. We organics are driven by emotion instead of logic. We will fight even when we know we cannot win. But if we work with the Reapers, if we make ourselves useful, think how many lives could be spared. Once I understood this, I joined Sovereign, though I was aware of the dangers. I had hoped this facility could protect me.
You're afraid Sovereign is influencing you. You're afraid he's controlling your thoughts.
Those eyes.
I've studied the effects of indoctrination. The more control Sovereign exerts, the less capable the subject becomes. That is my saving grace. Sovereign needs me to find the conduit. My mind is still my own, for now. But the transformation from ally to servant can be subtle. I will not let it happen to me.
Why are the Geth following Sovereign?
They believe Sovereign to be some kind of god, the pinnacle of their own evolution. But the reaction of their deity is most telling. It is insulted. Sovereign does not desire the pitiful devotions the Geth hurl at it. They are just tools, and no amount of belief on their part will change that. But as tools, they are useful. They will survive the coming invasion. If organic life is to survive, we must also prove we are useful. We must work with the Reapers.
Tell me why Sovereign needs the conduit. Tell me what it is. Maybe we can find a way to stop them.
The conduit is the key to your destruction and my salvation. Sovereign needs my help to find it. That is the only reason I have not been indoctrinated.
Sovereign's manipulating you and you don't even know it. You're already under its power.
No, Sovereign needs me. If I find the conduit, I've been promised a reprieve from the inevitable. This is my only hope.
Hey, we got a Paragon check. Let's do it.
Together we can stop Sovereign. We don't have to submit to the Reapers. We can beat them.
I no longer believe that, Shepard. The visions cannot be denied. The Reapers are too powerful. The only hope of survival is to join with them. Sovereign is a machine. It thinks like a machine. If I can prove my value, I become a resource worth maintaining. There is no other logical conclusion.
You were a Spectre. You were sworn to defend the galaxy. Then you broke that vow to save yourself.
I'm not doing this for myself. Don't you see? Sovereign will succeed. It is inevitable. My way is the only way any of us will survive. I'm forging an alliance between us and the Reapers, between organics and machines. And in doing so, I will save more lives than have ever existed. But you would undo my work. You would doom our entire civilization to complete annihilation. And for that, you must die.
Uh-oh. Boss battle. Ooh. No. Ah, more Geth. Ooh, left? Shit. It's so funny when they walk backwards. Bing, 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 bing. Oh! Huh. Carry him.
All right, everybody, hang on.
Bye, Ashley. But did we save the captain?
I can't believe that Ash didn't make it.
Legion of Merit.
How could we just leave her down there?
I thought I remember seeing a cutscene of her dying, like her getting shot. It was you or her. And I chose you because you're my friend.
Williams knew the risks going in. She gave her life to save the rest of us.
But why me? Why not her?
It wasn't your call, Alenko. I had to choose. I chose you.
But if I'd done my job, you wouldn't have had to make that call.
It wasn't your fault. It wasn't my fault. The only one to blame here is Saren.
Yes, sir, We'll get it done.
Commander, excuse me for interrupting, but I have an idea. I think the beacon you found in Saren's base was similar to the one you found on Eden Prime.
Let me process it
It
through
may
your
have
brain.
filled in the missing pieces of your vision. I might be able to help you put all those pieces together.
You want to join our minds again, don't you? Okay, go ahead.
Ready for flashing images.
Relax, Commander. Embrace eternity.
I don't like it.
Incredible. I never thought the images would be so intense.
You don't remember? Thought they were intense? Just can't have it.
Did the vision make any sense to you?
It's a distress call. A message sent out across the Prothean Empire. A warning against the Reapers, but the warning came too late.
What about the conduit?
There were other images, locations, places I recognized from my research. Ilos! The conduit is on Ilos! That is why Saren needed to find the Mu relay. It is the only way to get to Ilos.
You never mentioned this.
How come you never told us about Ilos before?
The Mu relay links to dozens of systems and hundreds of worlds. How was I to know Ilos was the one we wanted? Without the cipher, the images in your visions were never clear. Only now do I recognize them as landmarks from Ilos.
We need to get to Ilos.
Forget it. The Mu relay's inside the Terminus systems. Alliance ships are not welcome there. Neither are Spectres.
The conduit's on Ilos, and that's where Saren is heading. I'll be waiting for him when he gets there.
Saren will have his entire fleet orbiting Ilos. You will never make it down to the surface without reinforcements. You must alert the Council. We need a fleet to... I am sorry. The joining is exhausting. I should go to the medical bay and lie down for a moment.
Same conversation
Dr.
last time.
should take a look at you.
That will not be necessary. I just need some rest. Somewhere quiet.
We're done here. Dismissed.
Commander, there's a comm buoy nearby. I can link us in if you want to report back to the Citadel Council. You know, to warn them about Sovereign.
Set the link up, Joker. They need to know.
Patching it through.
Commander Shepard, I'm pleased to see your mission on Vermar was a success.
Saren is formidable enough without an army of Krogan serving under him.
The Krogan would have served Sovereign. A Reaper.
Dun dun dun.
Yes, we saw mention of this on your report. Sovereign, a sentient machine, a true artificial intelligence. This news is quite alarming, if it turns out to be accurate.
Sovereign's a Reaper. Saren admitted it.
He's playing you, Shepard. Saren still has contacts on the Citadel. He probably saw your earlier reports. The ones talking about your vision and the Reapers.
They're all like, eh.
It's highly possible Saren is using false information to throw you off balance. Our own intelligence has never turned up any corroborating information.
Sooner or later, you're gonna have to take something I say on faith, Counselor.
Try to see this from our perspective, Commander. Saren is a threat we can recognize. However, as far as we know, the Reapers only exist in your visions.
Our decisions affect trillions of lives. We cannot act on the accusations of a single person, even a Spectre. Not without solid evidence.
The Council cannot take any official action here. That is why we created the Spectres. You have the authority to act as you see fit.
If you truly believe Sovereign is the real threat, you must take whatever steps are necessary to stop it. And Saren.
Good luck, Commander. From all of us.
Of course they wouldn't fully believe me, but they did say kind of like, you don't have to convince us. Like, you are free to do what you want. That's the power of the Spectre. Lift would have been nice. So I can save over that one. So you're a Star Trek fan. That's what they were saying, like during those streams, everybody was like commenting on it. So question, Lizard. Do you think I have about 2 to 3 hours left of the game, or do you think the next stream, like how long do you think I have left? I'm very curious, because I don't know how to search that information. Ideally, I want to finish the game, Wednesday, when I stream it next. Like 2 hours? Okay. Yeah, 2 to 3 hours. Okay, cool. So, because I want to get through this game, because this game is kind of rough, I think, to watch if you've not played it before. Like, it's prettier now, but I think Mass Effect 2 is where it's, like, really good. And I'm excited to share that with the community, so I'm trying to get there as quickly as possible. It's a bit to play. Gotcha. Absolutely, yeah. I'm excited to get there. Let me see. Yeah, so what we're gonna have to do is probably, to save some time of the next stream, I'm gonna talk to the crew now, before we end stream tonight. Got a little bit of time. Yeah, it's really good. Oh, Kaidan. A slow walk up.
Anything you need, Commander?
I wanted to see how you're dealing with Ash's death.
Dealing, sir. Sorry for anything I said back there. Adrenaline.
I understand. I don't like losing people either.
I've served for years, but never lost a soldier under my command. Not to hostile action, anyway. If you don't mind my asking, how did you deal with the losses on Akuz?
It was my job to get everyone out safe. I failed. I vowed not to let that happen again. Same here. I'll remember her, and I'll do better for her.
Yeah, I guess that's all we can do. Thanks for the advice, sir.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Well, they know about the stonewalling you've had from the Council.
They deserve to know what we're up against.
They're on your side. They're pissed about the resistance we're getting, especially from our side. I'll have a better handle on all of it when my head stops hurting. Another L2 flare-up.
Anything I can do?
No, Commander, it'll settle down. It's rough sometimes, but they spike higher than a lot of L3s. Except for you, of course. Besides, I fared a lot better than some after Kinetics was through.
Hey, Midwest. So I originally played this, the trilogy, back on the PS3 port that they did like 8-9 years ago. So I love the trilogy a lot. I love this series a lot. I just don't... I know Mass Effect 2 is just so much more like enjoyable to watch. I enjoy the characters so much more and the story there. So I'm trying to rush to this one to get there for my community to see. But it's a no spoiler stream because my community hasn't seen it. A lot of people have never been exposed to this. Left Ash to die? Maybe. So hello, Parker.
I haven't heard anything about Kinetics in a while.
Yeah, they quietly disappeared. Broke up into a bunch of little corps.
Ashes to ashes. Oh my gosh, both of you guys.
After first contact, Kinetics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants for humans. Once we had an embassy,
Hi, Citrus.
Kinetics could bring in experts instead of taking it slow.
Is there some reason we couldn't learn it on our own?
They didn't know where to start. Hell, it took a couple of years to even link Biotics and Ezo. Forget trying to get the kids to move stuff. They had trouble just helping them not break their own limbs. And their choice of teachers didn't help much.
The only experts would have to be aliens.
Dead on. Turians, actually. That's why Kinetics kept it a secret. They were afraid of what people back home would think, asking the Turians for help when we just fought a war with them.
The Asari would have been more acceptable than the Turians.
Yes, but the company didn't go through the Citadel. It would have made Earth look weak, so they discreetly hired some Turian mercenaries.
I'm sure Kinetics did what they thought was best.
It wasn't
best for Citrus.
They brought in an ex-military Turian named Commander Vernus. A real hard-ass. He basically had a free pass to break us if it would turn out a decent biotic. Kind of spiraled from there, Commander.
Yeah, so like I didn't like Ashley's personality. I feel bad because I feel like I should have given her a fair shake for the community, but I just already didn't like her very much from her responses to things. I just didn't. I made a mistake of not going and talking to the crew between every single mission because I kind of forgot. Because the way we did it was a single world was a stream, and then as soon as we were done with it, I'd stop streaming it, and then it'd be a week later, and I'd be back. And I totally forgot. His laser file started over. Oh my gosh.
Did he ever face charges for that?
He got his, yeah. But like everything else at Jump Zero, it was under the table. The less said, the better. Anyway, this is ancient stuff. I walked it off a long time ago. I should get back to my duties, Commander.
She got blown up.
Not rehash it.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Yes, Rex made it.
Hell, I don't know. We're fighting giant machines from outside the galaxy.
Thank you, Skyler, for the follow.
Should I be afraid of them? Or in awe of them? Anything so old, so intelligent.
Yeah, they've been around a while. So were the Turians. We gave them a boot in the ass.
I think we're gonna need a bigger boot, Commander.
We'll
We're
talk
gonna need a
another
bigger
time,
boot.
Lieutenant.
Commander?
Shepard's locker. Yes, I have a lot of items. Maybe off stream I'll clean them up. Plot twist. Rex is Caden's love interest. Does he know that? I think he wants to say in that. Blows up Karen. She is a little bit of a Karen, isn't she?
Commander, good to see you.
You've been with CSEC a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
I'll bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
This is a random
I
conversation.
remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
Also,
What happened?
What I would say.
Why were you investigating?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
Speaks to the manager of that bomb. Oh my gosh, I actually can imagine her doing that, oddly enough. So does the loyalty mission carry over anything into the sequel? I never did their loyalty missions because whenever I first played on the PS3 version, God, I almost didn't beat it because it was just terrible. The controls were terrible, graphics were terrible, it was glitchy, and it was just a mess.
You've seen this before on the Citadel?
Every so often, some lab sells unwanted parts through the black market, but they're not as bad as the psychos. I remember this one Elcor diplomat we caught in my first year on the job. He was hacking people up and selling their organs, had the station in a bit of a panic. But this case wasn't that clear-cut. Turns out there was more going on than we first realized.
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver.
Oh my gosh.
After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Solarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
Krogan testicles,
right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Somebody's making a killing out there.
Do the math there. Yes, feel free to join the Discord. Just as a reminder, I am a community-based variety streamer, so depending on the community's interest, I tend to change my lineup. So right now we're going through Mass Effect. Tuesday is going to be Horizon Zero Dawn. It's my first real playthrough-ish. I started on my own, and I couldn't get past like some of the instability on the PS4 Pro version, but my PS5 has been running it pretty smoothly. So then Thursday we're going to be doing... I don't normally stream on Thursdays right now. I've been taking Thursday, Friday, Saturday off. But Thursday this week is Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII Intergrade. That DLC is coming out, so I'm excited to do episode Yuffie. And then I think we're gonna try and finish Mass Effect on Wednesday. I play a lot of games like Genshin, Final Fantasy 14. I used to play a bunch of Overwatch, but I kind of put that game on the side for now. Oh my God, Zach! Does it take a long time? I usually find everything on the planets. To chunk of mountain oysters. Ugh.
What did you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
Yeah, so point being, like, in the Discord is a good way to stay in touch between the streams, as well as see when I'm going live and know what we're doing. Tomorrow night is going to actually be a community voted night, so it might be Mario Kart, it might be Final Fantasy 14, it might be Genshin, just depends on what people vote for. Maybe we could even say, I could even put this on the list and beat it sooner, which would be amazing, but I already posted my schedule everywhere.
You mean threaten? Was that really necessary?
Maybe.
I know, I figured.
Either way, it paid off. One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up, and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes. Walking, living test tubes.
Ugh. That's disgusting.
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off.
It's terrible.
Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSEC headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. He just used them to make more organs. But they wouldn't listen.
Well, you can't get them all.
No, but letting him get away like that. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
Tough choice.
I suppose I can see both sides. But what's done is done.
I suppose. Can't waste too much time worrying about it now. Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salion?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart, his idea of a joke, I guess. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to check it out.
That's how we pick up the quest. So I'm from... Oh, so you're from the Mountain West too, Aurelia. I'm from Florida. I currently live in Atlanta, Georgia. It's not home, but I guess it's home now. I've been here for a while. But yeah, I am not from the Midwest, and neither of my parents are. Just for a good amount of my life. Yeah, so I've born and raised in Florida, went to school at the University of Florida, and then from there moved up to Atlanta. So for me, just for like framing of time, subtract 3 hours from your current time, and that's what time I went live. And that's what time I normally go live, 8 p.m. Eastern.
I'll check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that. But Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Salion, I want to be there when you find him.
Cool. Okay, so we have his quest now. Let's check. Oh. Oh, you can equip them all. Never did that. Oh, hey. Hey, he survived!
Working with you, Commander Shepard. Despite the losses, our mission was a success. My superiors will duly honor Chief Williams for her actions. Her sacrifice has earned humanity a great deal of respect from my people.
She knew what the risks were. Any of my officers would have done the same.
Of course. The grim reality that every soldier must accept. Rest assured, Commander, my men and I will not forget what you have accomplished here. We will leave your ship as soon as you reach your next destination.
Cool.
You have my gratitude, Commander. Most people would have left our team behind. The captain considers the mission a success. I defer to his judgment.
Yeah, we kind of missed a cutscene, but like, we sent Joker to go pick them up. So why Ashley didn't get on the ship, I don't know. That's what I don't understand. Because we needed that cutscene to be like, oh, like, she got killed beforehand, protecting them so that we could get on the ship, kind of thing.
Let me see what you have.
Oh, okay. Grenade upgrade, metagel upgrade. Let's get licenses, and that should be fine. Oh my gosh.
Commander, things got heated back on Vermeer. You did what you had to do. I respect your choice.
I appreciate what you did, Rex. I won't forget it.
Just make sure it was worth it. Saren has to pay for what he's done.
Agreed.
We'll have him soon enough. Then he can answer for his crimes.
He'll do more than just answer if I have anything to say about it.
So long, Rex.
Got both of those already. I don't have his loyalty mission. But it's okay. Let's see what Tali has to say. For anybody that did join the Discord, going back to what Parker was saying before, try again? Okay, I'll go back over. When you join the Discord, there is a community rules page that you have to agree to open everything up. It'll add a role, and then from there, if you do the add a role channel, you're gonna be able to put like Overwatch role if you like Overwatch, or Fall Guys. There's a bunch of roles there just to customize your experience, and so you get pings for those certain things.
Good
How'd
to
you
see
feeling better?
Smiling again, so to speak.
I'm sleeping much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. I still think a lot about my pilgrimage, though. I know Saren's our top priority, but with all the worlds we go to, I was hoping to find something to bring back to the flotilla.
We've still got a long way to go. You'll find something to take back.
Yes, but it cannot just be some derelict ship my people can use for salvage. It has to be more than that. There's a lot expected of me.
What's so special about you?
It's my father. He's the senior member of the Admiralty Board. He's one of only 5 people who can overrule the decisions of the Conclave for the good of the migrant fleet. My father is responsible for the lives of 17 million people. Our entire race is in his hands, and I'm his only child.
So are you some kind of heir to the Quarian throne or something?
No, it doesn't work that way. My father's position isn't hereditary. I'll probably never serve on the Admiralty Board myself. Officially, I'm just the same as any other citizen, but it doesn't work that way in practice. People have always treated me differently because of who my father is.
It must be tough on you.
My people place a high value on family and ancestry. There's an unspoken expectation that I'll live up to my father's example. Everyone's waiting for me to do something great on my pilgrimage, something that will forever change our lives for the better. If I don't, it's like I failed, and that reflects badly on both me and my father.
What if we save the galaxy?
The work you're doing here is more important than anything any Quarian has ever done before.
Yes, I know. But you have to understand Quarian culture. We're a very insular society. The events beyond the flotilla don't much matter to the average citizen. Our greatest dream is that one day we'll return to our homeworld and drive out the Geth. But even if we stop Saren, that's not going to happen. There's still millions of Geth behind the veil. Until they're gone, our exile will continue.
What would you need to bring back to make everyone happy?
Something that would help us better understand the Geth. They've changed significantly since the exile. They've continued to evolve. We've done our best to study them, but it's not easy. They're very reclusive. Until recently, they never went beyond the borders of the Veil. And all the Geth we run into now are under Saren's control. We'd need to find Geth operating on their own, independently. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First, we stop Saren. Then I'll worry about my own problems.
What was your father like?
It wasn't easy growing up as the daughter of one of the Admiralty. Even before he joined the board, he was a prominent figure. People looked to him for leadership. He had to set an example, and he expected the same of his daughter. Plus, he was pretty strict, a military man through and through. He never allowed me to settle for anything less than excellence. As a kid, I sometimes felt like he was pushing me too hard.
Really big magnet.
But now I'm old enough to appreciate what he taught me. The world doesn't owe us anything. If we want something in life, we have to earn it.
Crispin, you're asking questions to problems that aren't going to be solved in the first movie. This is a trilogy.
Where was your mother in all this?
Mother was around, but she always seemed to kind of blend into the background. Almost like she was overshadowed by my father. He tends to do that to people. She passed on about 5 years ago. Some airborne virus that swept through the fleet. Happens sometimes when the filters start to break down. I think my father took it pretty hard. After she was gone, he became even more focused on his work. I think that was his way of dealing with the grief.
Sounds like a tough upbringing. You don't resent your father at all?
Like I said, it wasn't easy. My father's not the kind of person you bond with. And he wasn't around all that much. Too busy. People counted on him, and he took his duties seriously, even when he was around. He always seemed a bit distant, like his mind was always somewhere else. Come to think of it, I can't ever remember seeing him smile. Not once. It's like he was always weighed down by all that responsibility.
Or you're just gonna see through his mask.
I know he cares about me, but he never really showed it, not in the usual way. I guess the best thing I can say about my father is that I respect him.
I want to talk about something.
Like, goodbye.
See you later.
Okay, let's talk to Liara, and then I think that's everyone. God, he gets so winded so quickly. Could you imagine? I mean, I guess I can kind of imagine, but it's a video game. Liara's over to the side, right? I don't know if it's this side. Nope. Chakwas is here, and then Liara. How you feeling?
Commander.
Ashley,
are you coming to check up on me?
Are you okay?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I've been thinking about Saren. I actually feel a little sorry for him now.
He's become a slave to the Reapers and he can't even see it.
He is trapped
Fabulous
inside
hair.
his own mind. Part of him senses his identity slowly being swallowed up by Sovereign, but he is powerless to stop it. I wonder how he first fell into Sovereign's trap. Did he think he could somehow stop the Reapers from returning? Or was he simply driven by a lust for power and glory?
Well, I think he was trying to find a solution to make it so that way nobody dies, like on the grander scale.
Whatever Saren's reasons may have been, they're long gone now. He has to be stopped.
Yes, I suppose you're right. He may be Sovereign's victim, but he is also a threat to all life as we know it. Let's not spend every free minute talking about Saren. It is bad enough we are chasing him across the galaxy.
I'd like to talk about you. That's that romancing option right there. Do you want to pursue that, children? Is that the path we want to take? Or do we say goodbye? Go for no romance. David says yes. Kelsey says yes. No, Christian says no. Yeah, I probably like, I think Tali would be sweet too. Bye, Zach. Goodbye. Just so you know, whoever you romance in number 1 is not the same person in number 2 or 3. You can change it. I had a different romance person in all 3 games. So, with that information, my Shepard was apparently a player. Never played Mass Effect? The trilogy's super good. Number 1 is okay, like it's like a good game, but then like number 2 is really good. That's what I'm trying to get. Rex. That's fucking Shepard. So we got mostly yeses. So
tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
Sounds dangerous. And lonely.
Sometimes I would run afoul of indigenous life forms or stumble across
Liara's
a small
sweet,
band of
though.
mercenaries or privateers, but I was always careful. Until the Geth followed me to Artemis Tau, I never found myself in any situation my biotics could not handle. As for the solitude, well, that is one aspect that most appealed to me. Sometimes I just need to get away from other people.
Why is
You don't like other people?
I suppose it comes from being a matriarch's daughter. People expected me to follow in Benezia's footsteps, They wanted me to become a leader of our people.
Adorable,
Matriarchs guide their followers into the future. They seek the truth of what is yet to come. Maybe that's why I became so interested in the secrets of the past. It sounds so foolish when I say it out loud. It sounds like I became an archaeologist simply to spite Benezia.
It's not
All
foolish.
children rebel against their parents. It's a natural part of growing up.
Hear that, teens?
You share the wisdom of the matriarch, Shepard. That is exactly what Benezia said when I told her of my decision. But there was more to it than that. I felt drawn to the past. The Protheans were these wondrous, mysterious figures. I wanted to know everything about them. That is why I find you so fascinating. You were marked by the beacon on Eden Prime. You were touched by working Prothean technology.
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate.
No.
I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Calm
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool. Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
Aww.
I should go.
That's a
Goodbye.
That's so
Shepard.
sweet. She's like, oh shit! No! Undo! There is no undo. Backspace, backspace, backspace. Yeah, she wants freaky brain stuff. She's already been in my head twice, so who knows what she's seen. Wonder if Joker has anything to say. We'll go to Joker and then dissecting.
Commander, I know it couldn't have been easy for you down there. Making the call between Alenko and Williams must have been... I'm sorry, sir. I don't know if I could have done it.
There is no right choice for something like that. I just hope I never have to go through it again.
No, I'm not blaming you, Commander. I'm just... I mean, it's hard, you know?
Saren's still out there, Joker. Hold it together. We need you.
Don't worry, I won't let you down. I want to be there when you make that son of a bitch pay.
Amen, Joker. It was easy. Could have been easy. Chat's like, do it, do it, do it, do it. Leave her for dead. Like, yep. So hard. Just totally torn up by it. Joker's a real romance, to be honest. Yep. Okay, let me save so we don't have to. Same voice actor says, oh shit, you're right. Oh my gosh. Why did I process that? I'm usually good about that stuff, but I didn't even think about that. You're so right. Oh my gosh. Huh. Well, we keep Sunday streams a little shorter because a lot of people have to go to bed for work. Crispin in particular. It's hard to tell in one. Yeah, I can kind of tell that. I think in number 2 I'd probably be able to tell better. Can we play with Joker? I don't think that's even an option for FemShep. I'm looking forward to going into Mass Effect 2 soon. I don't know. Can you romance Joker as FemShep? I don't think you can do it as male Shep. So the plan right now is to stream this again on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Huh? Shorter. Yes, this is shorter than our normal streams, Crispin. Our normal streams have gone for 4, 5, 6, 8 hours. Like, these streams are short. Story streams tend to be short just so that people can watch the bots and stuff. I'm going to be doing a community vote tomorrow in the Discord. To keep an eye out for the Small Mind Acid channel, so where we will be doing the voting. So make sure you know how to do your reactions and stuff. Keep an eye out. Usually try to do it about like 1 or 2, but just see how tomorrow goes and figure out what we want to do exactly. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the follow button, join the Discord, ! Discord, if you want to keep in touch. Follow me on my social medias if you want to be notified too. Discord's really where I focus a lot of my attention though. Yeah, go ahead, Citrus. Yeah. I'm curious. I don't know, because I'm not playing as FemShep. And then Tuesday is going to be Horizon Zero Dawn. So we're going to be continuing on with that game for a couple hours that day too. Yes, we made a lot of new friends tonight. That's really exciting. I really appreciate your help, Lizard. It really meant a lot to have you helping respectfully with backseat gaming. Like, I appreciate that. Like, when someone's respectful, I don't mind backseat gaming. Like, that's totally fine. It's when people are like you're really bad at this game. Should you be playing this game? Like, oof, that's like, ooh. Like, yeah, you can go fuck yourself. But, like, you obviously didn't do that. You were very helpful, so thank you. Let me do this for anybody curious. That's my lineup of games. I gotta add Horizon in there now. Apex. We haven't touched Apex in a little bit. Joker says no. Oh, they're like, sorry, Commander. And before I go too, let me say thank you to my Patreon subscribers. My mom, Grandma, Anonymous, Crispin, Nitsa, Ruru, Twisted, Wade, Connor, Hooded Figure, Geo, JR, Garrett, Todd, Flip, Strawberry, Can't Stop, Medlow, Bean, Artemis, Ray, Chris, Asmores, and Joel. You guys support on Patreon helps immensely. It allows me to afford my health insurance as well as invest back into the community and keep doing this full time. Invest into new games that we can play together. So if you're looking for a way to support the channel, the Patreon is one of the better ways to do so. So please take a look at it. There's a link in my panels, or you can do ! Patreon in the chat at any time to get that link. It's also just patreon.com/smallmikegames, so it's pretty easy. Stick around for the credits, guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Have a good night. Bye.